cheering.
You're an M&M. There's no point in wondering where your pockets are.
Tasty, smooth, creamy milk, chocolate center.
You're an M&M. It's alright. There's no sense in wondering where your pockets are.
Little chocolate melts in your mouth.
Don't worry, they say hi.
Solid milk chocolate M&M's.
I love being on TV when you're an M&M. Don't worry, it's alright.
Solid milk chocolate M&M's.
Don't worry, get in the ball.
The little chocolate melts in your mouth.
Do you think
Bite-sized candies. Milk chocolate.
Do you think
Bite-sized candies. Creamy milk milk chocolate.
Do you think
Bite-sized candies.
I hope no one
Almond chocolate.
Do you think
Bite-sized candies. Chocolate center. Milk chocolate.
you're an M&M? There's no point in wondering where your pockets are.
Only M&M's candies.
You're an M&M. It's alright. There's no sense in wondering where your ear holes are.
Little chocolate melts in your mouth.
So it's that kind of party. Dark chocolate, darker than they see. So it's that kind of party. When you're an M&M. 13 more hours. Oh no.
Solid milk chocolate.
Aye aye. 13 more hours. Oh no.
Little chocolate melts in your mouth.
Do you think
Bite-sized candies. Milk chocolate.
rock the boat?
Bite-sized candies. Creamy milk chocolate. Milk chocolate.
Do you think
Bite-sized candies.
M&M?
Almond chocolate.
Do you think
Bite-sized candies. Chocolate center.
when you're an M&M?
Little chocolate melts in your mouth.
Must buy other?
Little chocolate melts in your mouth. Creamy milk chocolate. Milk chocolate. Little chocolate melts in your mouth.
Must buy other?
Little chocolate melts in your mouth.
They say hi when you're an M&M.
All the M&M's you could want. With peanuts or plain.
Might wonder. Might wonder. You're an M&M. 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 You're an M&M.
Milk chocolate. Bite-sized candy. Chocolate center. Milk chocolate. Bite-sized candy. Chocolate center. The M&M's can only all new M's. The M&M's can bite-sized candies. M's. The M&M's can only all new M's.
To be honest with you, I am now hungry for chocolate.
I agree. I agree.
Oh, now it's just making me think, okay, do I want the chocolate ones? Do I just want regular? Do I want the peanut? Or do I want the Rice Krispie? Or do I want the pretzel?
I want all.
Oh, yeah. Just get a huge bowl. Just put them all in there. You're
Yep.
good. Anyway, welcome everyone to another DaraChat. My name is Dara Moose, or Dara for short, because some people still have the English language part incorrect, but it's okay. But anyway, I get to have on the illustrious Brett Murphy, or just Brett for short, I guess. Saying your full name feels very, I don't know. It makes you feel more reverent. It makes you feel like, Brett
Hey, as
Murphy.
long as you don't use my middle name and use all three, then I know I'm not in trouble.
Well, I don't know your middle, so you should be good.
That's good.
Brett Murphy.
You would see me running so quick.
How do you know I knew his last? I didn't know was his last middle name. Oh my goodness! But anyway, how are you doing today, good sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. I see you're well dressed today. My goodness, button up and everything. Usually people just come in their slacks.
Yeah, I like to wear polos.
Hey, you know what? I don't have a polo because I've just not gone to Old Navy in a very long time. But I have some Old Navy stuff. It's just so expensive for all that kind of clothing. To be honest with you, like Old
Hey,
Navy.
I was smart. I got mine from Walmart.
There you go. All right, can't argue with that. To be honest with you, because usually Walmart has the better deals. But
Yes, they do.
but I haven't been to Walmart in a while either. So
I haven't been to one in over 5 years.
goodness sake, where do you buy your clothes from then?
online.
Oh,
I already know my size, so I just have to order it. That's it. Have it
that's
delivered.
true. See, there was a funny thing. I remember um, there was something advertised where you could, can't remember the name of the company, but you could like order like a bundle of clothing, like it'd be a full set of clothing, and you could try it on. And if it doesn't fit you, you could send it back. But it's like you could get all these different assortment of outfits of different clothing, whatever. I'm like, that sounds nice until I look at the stub I'm paying for this,
That's right.
because some of those clothes would be so expensive. It would be,
Yeah.
it just there's a time and place for everything. And there's a funny stories. A long while back, one of my siblings got married, and so you have to get a wedding suit, right? I have to do all that stuff, which is always fun, especially if they are very stressed about the wedding, and you can feel that uh, in more ways than
Yeah.
one. Look, it was not a fun time, and it was humid that day. Okay, it was humid
Oh,
for that. Oh, you want to talk about rough? All right, you're talking about a wedding. It was inside first. Great. Then the reception was outside. It was at this like red barn thing. It's like it's one of those places you can rent for whatever. It
yeah.
was humid, and to kind of catch up the other part, like we had to get suits, right? I've never gotten a wedding suit or whatever to look nice. I've always been like church, look whatever, and those things cost a bundle. All right, no joke. The wedding clothes, at least to dress nice for a wedding, cost a bundle. So I was paying up to like over $100 just for all the stuff I got. Um, well, my parents got it, then I repaid them back. So there's that.
Yeah.
But the problem of it was like I had this, so I had these pants, right? I had the pants, had this white shirt underneath, and then I had a button shirt on top of that. Then I had like this overcoat thing on top. Then I had a tie on. Then I had like these weird black shoes on that had no, no like memory foam or whatever. And I'm just like those regular black shoes. It was not a good day.
Yeah, but we do it for family.
That is true, but it was still not a good day for that because it felt like it should end because it was just that high stress, and I think they're well glad that it's all over with, but still it was not a fun
Yeah.
day. It was not a fun day. But for you, good sir, I see you. I know you mostly from the pickaxe side, but I mean I also know you have a website. So like, what is your website about?
My website is basically I basically write articles about different subjects.
Mm,
A lot of it started off as a way for me to cope with the loss of the passing of my son.
mm,
So I was writing about grief about that, and then I
mm,
expanded into all types of grief. And
mm.
then I got to a point in my grief journey where I wanted to start write about positive things.
Right. Yeah.
And then part of the thing also, like with my website, is when I'm writing something, I could
Mhm.
possibly be helping someone.
Yeah,
So that's how I'm honoring my son's legacy is by helping people.
yeah. That's a pretty way to go about it because you never know if the words you say can have such reaching value that you can at least one person, right? It's always about the one person.
Yes.
Um, and no, I've seen that in your bio on Pickaxe where that's what you mentioned is for you live for the life of your son,
Yes.
which is I can't imagine. It's difficult enough when say a child loses a parent, right? It's come to that point, and life happens. Whether it be what's the word? Whether it be natural or whether it be some other factor, that's always hardest. But for a parent to lose a child, that's probably the worst of it because the child has not gotten to at least live life a bit, and I can't imagine what that's like for people who do, like yourself. So kudos to you that you've turned that into something uh, not only measurable but that can help others, even if it's just one other person. And that's something to be commended for at least.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I also have a Facebook group. It's called Bereaver Support Group.
Hmm.
Um, bereaver is a mix between the words parent and grief,
Right.
because there's no really official word for a parent who loses a child.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then and so and I do Zooms with people, or I'll do phone calls or text messages, and and talk with other parents,
Mm,
because there was a time when it first happened. It's like I didn't really have no one who would I could talk to about it.
right. Yeah.
And so when I went through my pain, that's how I ended up coming up with the website, and honor to start honoring my son's legacy, is helping other people who are going through it, who might not have someone.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's always the toughest part, because there are people who don't really have anyone to lean on. And this is not just for, like, a parent over a child, but this can be for anyone who's
Yes.
really pretty much, you have people who don't have family anymore,
Yeah.
or kind of abandoned by family, if you want to call it
Yeah.
that. You have people who grew old and they don't have any kids, or they never had kids,
Yes.
or there's a whole variation of things. But yeah, there are people out there who don't have that kind of support, and through one way or another, they're kind of at that place where it's not a good place, and
Yes.
it's rough. But again, kudos on you for doing something that I think you probably don't see a lot of out there.
Yes. And I don't limit my help to there. It's like I will, it doesn't have to be something about grief. Someone could lose
Mm,
their job and might just need an ear to lend to,
mm.
and I'll help. I had a good friend of mine got stuck in Vegas. I went all the way out to
Oh,
Vegas and picked him up and came back.
oh wow. Now, was he like missed his plane, or what was the situation?
I can't really go into a lot of details, but
Understandable.
he got stuck out there. People ditched him and took
Oh,
all his stuff,
ugh.
basically.
Oh, that's just the rotten of it.
Yeah.
Hate it. Um, but yeah, no, that's pretty amazing itself, because I think, again, that comes back to the point where there are some people who don't have anyone, and I can't imagine how frightening that is, to some regard, where you are pretty much on your own, and you don't have anyone to reach out to, either by your own nature, or just by circumstances of life, and to be able to do that, that's incredible itself. But probably a bit dangerous depending on what the situation is, but it's incredible in its own right. So yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty amazing. um but I mean, so you run that website. I mean, it just looked like, I think I saw one for like pizza. I saw like one for pizzas. Like, what's this article about pizza for?
Well,
Um,
yeah, because I got, like I said earlier, I want to be able to write about positive things
yeah,
also. So how so Sean Cav on Pickaxe.
yeah, I've had him
So
on before. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So he had a thing back at the beginning of August, where it was like write an article for every day in the month of August.
Oh, nice.
And this was just around the time that I started wanting to get into writing positive things.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, well, if I write National Day of, that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
And after a few weeks, after that, I started expanding it into other, positive things.
Hmm.
Then eventually after that, it got into, okay, well, like maybe this is like a good example. I'm feeling a certain way
Hmm.
on a on a subject, or something's affecting me,
Hmm.
and I go, well, instead of going on a rant
Yeah.
on social media, why don't I do research and write an article of how I'm feeling, but expanding it where it can help people.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it. Yeah. Um, because I mean, obviously, I'm trying to do an article a day. That's don't know. I'm not. I'm not even gonna try that. Not even gonna try that.
I have wrote an article every day since August 2nd, I think it is. If I've
Wow.
written in at least one.
Mm. She's the
That's why
reason.
I'm so thankful to Jeff at Pickaxe, because he's the one who invited me into Pickaxe back in May,
Mm-hmm.
because it gave me an outlet to be able to write
Mm-hmm.
again.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, because they have an article feature. People
Yes.
can use. I've only used it once. I just don't write articles. I've tried something here and there, but it's a nice feature to be able to have because other places would charge for that. I think. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
other places charge for it. Like, X wants $40 a month.
Well, I would say right now I only pay the $8 a month, and I believe I have access to writing
Oh,
articles
okay.
now. So I think they might have changed that a bit over time. But back then, yes, I
Yeah.
can agree that what that was the back then. But now you can just have like the $8 premium, and you can start writing articles in it. But even then, there's that inference of uh, censorship and stuff that some people seem to experience on X, um,
Yeah.
which is the irony of the starting of it. But then again, people forget. Elon had once said like freedom of speech, but not of reach, and I think that kind of plays in that part of um, the whole of it because
Yes.
I would say he's possibly a genius, but he's a genius in the way that makes you turn your head and say, "Wait, what again?"
That's true. That is true.
like he like again he was PayPal, right? I think he was
Yeah.
co-founder of PayPal until he left
Yep.
that and some other things, and then years later he came into the advent of Tesla, or I think he bought the company of Tesla and then made it into what it is now, and then
Yes.
SpaceX has been his thing for quite some time, which to be honest, like those rockets are huge.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my gosh, compare them to like what NASA's putting out. You're like, guys, I don't know if this is a competition or something, but these guys are winning. uh, NASA, you're gonna have to do something about that.
That's so true.
Oh man, but yeah, it's one of those things where um even after he bought it, right? Even after he bought it, it still has staying power with people because again, obviously, used to be Twitter, and Twitter was its own thing, and then Elon took over, and that kind of still kept that staying power, but it's still more so because of him taking it over and his involvement, obviously with Doge and all that stuff, and just him in
Yeah.
general. It's still that place to go to, other than Facebook, but that's kind of a that's kind of like eh, I haven't had a Facebook account in forever because of at a certain point I just had too much social media to follow, like Instagram and all this stuff. I'm like, I need to cut back all the way. Uh,
Yes, I agree with that. I mainly only have the other social media accounts just so I could post the links for the articles on
mm,
Pickaxe and my
yeah,
website.
mm, that makes sense. Because again, I know you with I think is it Dornack, or how do you say it? Dornick?
Dornick, Jeff Dornick.
Dornick, that's right, Jeff Dornick, who's sort of the creator of Pickaxe. All the stuff that's offering there, and I believe their app is going out publicly in the end of February.
Towards the end, yes.
Towards the end of February, yeah, because I saw someone mention like, oh, okay, because I didn't know there was a date until that point. Um, but like beyond just the rating, like what else has interested you in doing just the outreach, just what else has
It's
uh
the outreach, making new connections, helping people, um, and being a creator, having three different ways, to make money, and
mm,
then especially having no middlemen. Because what really drew me in was freedom of speech and freedom of reach.
mm,
And when he confirmed that, yeah, there's no algorithm. This is just gonna it's gonna be whatever you make it.
mm,
That's what really drew me in.
mm,
And then I've been loving the experience of getting to know new people, and and following and supporting them. And
mm. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Now I've done sort of that with the Rumble side of things, but I mean I still do huge swath of communication through Twitter X because that's where the majority of people are at. Now there's still like small areas where like it's email or maybe Discord, but I don't use Discord for anything else other than communication.
Yeah, I pretty much use pickaxe and my website,
Yeah.
and that's it.
There you go. Sometimes it's best to have it to the smallest, the smallest amount of places because too many and you're
Yeah,
just burning
it gets
yourself.
out of hand.
Yeah, and you're burning yourself out.
And then
Um,
I've been loving testing the beta app for pickaxe.
mm,
So like anytime I go out to the best bar in the Bay Area, which is Ed's place in El Sobrani,
mm,
that's why I always be taking the pictures and being like, "Oh, cheers, happy Monday," cheers, happy Thirsty Thursday.
mm. That's pretty awesome. Now, which one you testing? The Android or iOS?
The iOS.
Okay. Yeah, I have iOS too, and it's been interesting, especially with. Like, I don't know when they put it out, but when Apple put out like this sort of like glass update,
Yeah,
like I'm just like, well, I can see my background through it, so that's pretty neat. But like,
yeah,
I'm like, I am amazed, and then after a while, it's like, oh, it's just there. Oh my goodness! But no, it's gonna be interesting once they go full public because I know the website's out there, but I know it's not to that par of adoption yet, which is always that thing, right? It's
yeah,
always that thing of when people coming on or whatever, and so um, yeah, it'll be interesting for that. But um, to allow that again to go back to that freedom part, like I know I've seen Jeff out there. He's like all over the place with other people's podcasts or whatnot, and you really get to see bits and pieces of him where he's telling why he's doing this thing, and just like you said with the freedom of speech and reach, right? So it's been interesting to kind of see that out there, and I'm just wondering, were you like the beta tester of the website, or was the website already out when you were asked to come on?
website was already out when he brought me when he had me join the platform.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I just didn't know. I can't remember when the website came out because
Webs
it's
if I it, well, it was already up and running in May. I know that
okay.
and everything, and then the beta testing for the app started. I want to say about 2 months ago.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, because it's yeah. I mean I use it. I do use pickaxe, but I still use X as my main just because that is where everything is at for the time being, and most likely will remain that way just because of the gravitas that
Yeah,
X is able to have. Um,
yeah,
so there's going to be that thing, and I know people will complain and all this stuff, but it's like with YouTube. People are going to complain about all the stuff YouTube does, but they're still going to come back to YouTube because of what it offers
yes,
and all that stuff. So there is that. But since you use pickaxe, does that mean you also use Rumble as well?
yes. I do Rumble. I
Okay.
just started doing shorts this week.
Oh, okay. How's that been going for you then?
It's starting off slow, but
Are you like
got to
post?
start somewhere. Can't just sit around.
Yeah, that is true. I haven't posted. I have plenty of shorts to post. It's just I don't have enough time to post them.
Oh, I feel you on that.
It's like okay, let's do it now. Oh, I don't have enough time. Uh
Yeah,
yeah. It's been one of those things where um because I didn't post at a regular pace or like a consistent pace. I would just post like whenever I could, and because right now my job is offering overtime, and so for someone who doesn't rarely makes any doesn't make much money off this, even though I have made some
yeah.
money off it. Um, when my job says overtime, I'm like, okay, I think I'll take that up because it's my mainstay. It's what help pays my bills. But it's like the check last week was nice too.
So true.
This one will be just as nice, but it's like I can't pass that up. Um,
Yeah,
but I do get done before, I come here and do this thing with like you and with my previous guest this week. It's just been incredible to get to kind of do that, and to cross many platforms too. Like I'm not just on Rumble. I don't believe I'm being one platform, but um, being able to expand yourself out a bit kind of does protect yourself, or protect your stuff. Sorry, it protects your stuff. Um,
Yes.
Sort of like, yes, you could have a safety deposit box at a singular bank, but you could also have a sort of like, what do they call it, like a firebox safe or something like that, something that can handle
Yeah.
heat or whatever at home. So you can split your
Yes.
stuff between both places, so you're not just keeping it all one place. Because I mean, not all banks get robbed, but sometimes the bank gets robbed.
That's where the saying "Don't keep all your eggs in one basket" comes from.
That's right. All them golden eggs, right? All them
Yep.
golden eggs.
Yeah.
Jack, put all your eggs in the different banks. Don't leave it just there. Um, but no, uh, that's just one of those things. It's always been a thing I've tried, um, being sort of not in an aggressive way, but just like relentless in the reminder way, because obviously, of course, I'm pretty sure you've seen on X like people who losing their accounts on YouTube and all the stuff with Twitch and all that. But again, going back to that point from earlier, um, I just don't see people making a huge exodus to alternative platforms because they're so used to what they've used,
Yeah.
and that's just the difficulty in itself. Like I mean, for you, like where was it, just your website before Pickaxe, or were you on the places
I
as
was
well?
on X, but they ended up banning my account for no reason. No, they never gave me a reason. It's suspended. Haven't and it hasn't been around since May.
Phew, I'm right there with you. A previous account I had was was in the same boat where it was just suspended. I woke like so it was like I was at work one day and it was on lunch break, and then all of a sudden I find out my Twitter X account is suspended. I'm like, what happened? Because I didn't know. And so you do the whole appeal ordeal, and I send it in all the stuff, and then I'm getting this thing like, Twitter reserves the right, and I'm like, okay, but can anyone tell me what happened to my stuff? And like, no, we reserve the right, and I'm like, uh, all right, I guess. So yeah, it can be a mess, but I mean, it's just I I found my way around it. Let's just say that I found my way around it. But at the end of the day, though, it is understandable. Like once your account's gone, it's like, well, I guess they don't want me here anymore.
Yeah, I had 163,000 followers on that account.
Gosh, dang it! Wow,
Yeah.
you must be have such a magnetic personality to have that many people, because I have
I
no.
got there. I think it was for two reasons.
Mm,
One was I lucked out, and two, I'm a genuine person. I
yeah,
don't try to be fake. I just tell it how it is, and
mm,
I'm just me.
yeah. Best way to do it, especially with um, how, at least to some regard, content creation through monetization has become this weird blob of just trying to fill. I don't want to say like filling quotas, but it does feel like it's like trying to fill quotas in order to get paid. And for those who remember what YouTube was when it first started, it's like there was no monetization involved. You could use it for your business, you could make videos for your business, and so that way you could make money, but on the general scale of versus what it is now, there wasn't really any form of it other than just likes and comments, which was basically just like, oh, this video did well, look at all these likes. um but I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very different game now with platforms and monetization and all this stuff. And um, I don't know what your feelings are, but like I know you're on Pickaxe and I know you've used Rumble, but because of that regard of monetization and platforms and what that can mean for you, how has it been? And from your perspective, how have you seen it, like, on others for all this monetization stuff?
Well, with the monetization stuff, like personally for me, I was only making money from X until I was banned,
Right.
whatever reason.
Mm.
But and, and I've made some small stuff on Rumble, but like with Rumble, I had didn't come into my own until like say the last few months.
Okay.
Right. So like if you go to my Rumble account, like you're gonna you'll see like a bunch of country music videos where I'm just playing music,
Right.
and then I have some classic country ones, and then my personal account I just slowly started like I upload some pickaxe, then I just did like a regular video of like being there for having your friends back, and then but my plan is starting next week is I'm just going to start doing regular videos and talking,
Mm.
doing like short videos, either a 90-second video or do like maybe a 5 to 10 minute
Yeah.
video and stuff and talking about it. And then hopefully people will start watching, and then ask, hey, what would we like to talk what would you like me to talk about in the next video.
Yeah. It's almost like
But like
oh god. Go ahead.
but with like the monetization, it's where I like pickaxe is where with pickaxe I'm seeing a bunch of original content creation
Mm.
across the whole platform, right? Of course,
Right.
we're still brand new,
Yeah.
but it's like when you're on over on X, it's like maybe like 5%,
Mm.
right? Because it's
Mm.
like, oh, that one worked for so and so. I'm gonna start in the same like with Instagram. You start seeing the same videos from the same people.
Mm. Yeah, and it definitely changes depending on who you're following and stuff. But even then, like some people you follow can not be seen anymore at times.
Yeah.
So there's that too. Um, but I mean, yeah, it definitely is going to be interesting to see how they'll go with pickaxe because again, like you said, it's still new, it's still out there.
Yeah.
It's not out there yet with its app stuff, which I think is going to be a great boon for it because people are more on their phones anyway, and so
Yes.
having an app to connect to their website is going to be um, maybe much help in the discovery of. Not saying it's going to
Yes.
be, not saying there's going to be like a great big exodus or something, but at least it'll bring more eyes to like the platform that free speech and all that stuff.
Yes.
Um, but it's pretty funny. So like, so I'm guessing country music is you enjoy that a lot.
Yes. Oh, yes, I do. Grew up on country music,
Oh goodness.
and that's most of the music I'll sing for karaoke when I go out and do karaoke.
I just can hear I can hear your twang in your voice right now. Hey, your sweet sweetheart, honey, give him
I
a banjo.
So I have a deal with my buddy Kyle. He's the bar manager at Ed's Place in El Sobrante, California.
uh,
So once the app drops, we do karaoke on Sunday nights. And so what I'm going to start doing is doing drunk karaoke. It, is I'm going to get
ooh,
drunk and then we're go up and sing a song or several songs every Sunday night and
mm,
start filming it and post it on Rumble and Pickaxe.
wow, nice. Yeah, I know you can't exactly post it on Pickaxe. I don't think they have that kind of capability yet. But you can post your links to it from there.
Well, what's nice is you can post the link from Rumble into it,
Uh,
and so if someone watches it on Pickaxe, it still counts in the Rumble's metrics.
which is pretty awesome, mind
Yes,
you. I'm not sure if it does like for anything else. I'm not sure if like if you did a Twitch link or a YouTube link. I don't know if that counts as well. But no, that's pretty awesome that can count. And I mean, I think it was I'd gotten on Pickaxe, but I didn't really use it. And then I was just like, might as well just start promoting my stuff over there as well, just because it only takes like a second or two to just to
yes.
pace and stuff. Um, but no, that is pretty awesome. But what is your go to country song then?
Garth Brooks, "Friends in Low Places." 'Cause, hey, everyone will get stage fright, or you want to chicken out, and I go, okay, well, at least that one I know to do, so that will get me over the hump of trying to chicken out. I can at
That's
least get up, I can do that one, and then I'll be okay. The next one, okay, let's try something that I might not be able to do,
mm,
blah blah blah.
it's almost because I can only remember a few that was like da 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 do 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 do. It's been so long since I've heard the song. Oh my gosh! But you know what was funny though is when I believe it was him. He did a crossover or a collab with Nelly, I believe. There was I think it was him and Nelly. I think
I
let
think that
me
was Tim McGraw.
Oh, Tim McGraw. That's right. That Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
Tim McGraw and him. So it's been interesting to see, like, with country music, how, obviously, of course, you had Taylor Swift, who went from country to pop. Certainly was winning a lot of CMAs for a time being. Um, and I think you also had, um, oh crap, what was his name? Miley Cyrus. Oh, Billy Ray Cyrus. Billy Ray
Oh,
Cyrus.
yeah.
Yeah, Billy, the heartbreak, achy breaky
Achy
heart right
breaky
there.
heart.
But he did a
Funny,
well, go ahead.
funny when he first came out,
Mm,
because that was like what I think 1989 or something when that song came out,
yeah.
89 to 91, somewhere around there, right?
Mm.
And I still remember to this day my dad going, "What's the New York Giants football player doing singing country?" And so I looked up, and he had played with the Giants for a bit. I think he was a bench warmer, but he was on
Mm,
the NFL Giants.
wow, didn't know
Yeah,
that. But then again, even bench warmers get paid, so there's that
yeah.
too.
I would take practice squad.
Practice
I mean,
squad.
I would. You get at least minimum 60K a year just for being on the practice squad.
So,
Minimum. And then if you get called up, then you get and you're in uniform for a game, then you get the minimum for the game.
all right. So I'm just gonna take. Just kidding. I'm gonna be a week. It's gonna take me a week, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me give right back to you.
Yep.
Oh man, but no, the part of that though is that you have to be careful of the like the the brain injury and stuff because I know
Oh yeah,
they have
that's true.
concussions and whatnot. I would say though this that football may look tough, but I hear rugby is much tougher.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
I guess you've
I,
played
I
some.
watched a rugby game many
Oh,
years ago.
mm-hmm.
One of the players, his leg broke. He put it back into place. They slapped a brace on, and he
Oh,
kept playing.
oh, oh. Mm-mm. Nope.
I
Mm-mm.
mean, like the way how I would describe rugby is it's football, UFC, and
Mm.
like a martial arts competition all at once.
Oh yeah.
Like combine and then you're not and then there's no padding.
Mm.
They just throw a uniform on and go and play.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. And they beat each other senseless because I hear it gets pretty rough up there.
Oh yes, it does.
Oh my gosh. Uh oof, I couldn't. Maybe the farthest I'll go is like the two flag football, but after that no.
Same here.
I
I'm
am
getting up there in the years. I can't do it no more. I'd be a good coach. I'll
get back
coach
in
for you.
get back out in the field, you slackers.
Yep.
Mr. Murphy, my leg. Just put it back on with a split. You'll be fine.
I could do better than that.
Listen, kid, you got spirit, but the only spirit that's gonna make it through this game is a winning spirit. So get out there and win. The poor kids will be awfully tormented, which is like, coach, I can't see. Well, get your eyes back out there. Come on. Coach Murphy, he ain't take no crap. Oh goodness, that'd be hilarious. But no, that'd be interesting to see you as a coach. I just want to see you out there with the clipboard with and a megaphone, just like, all right, guys. Yeah, Nightmare, how are you? I hope you're doing well too, Nightmare. I'd be like, all right, guys, come on, it's getting late at night. Let's come on, let's go, let's go, let's go.
I would love to coach a game to see if I could actually stay during the whole game and coach the whole entire time. Because I knowing my attitude, sometimes the ref would just look at me and be like, "You're out. You're ejected." Oh, again?
Coach, you gotta calm it down, Coach. Tell this motherfucker to get out of my face. Um, it's usually it's almost like what they get out there do, like any football game. You see these guys like rough up the referee, and I'm like, are they gonna slap him around or something? I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm like, I don't. I think I feel sorry for the ref because he's getting like pummeled by these two coach guys, and then they're just like, "No, Mike, I've got this. No, Mike, I got this." I'm like, guys, I think you need to just calm it down.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't watch much sports, so you know that's not gonna go over well. Um,
If I happen to see a part, if I'm like say like if I'm at the bar and it's on TV and I'm sitting inside, okay, yeah, I'll watch a few minutes, but I'm not going to watch the whole entire game.
yeah, at a certain point, it just repeats itself. Oh look, the other team lost. Oh look, the other team won. What a
Yep.
surprise! Um, but no, that's that just for me that would just be fascinating, and seeing you as a coach. But um, but for me and the question of like um because I know again like because I know you've mentioned it in your bio before, and then trying to carry it on, um may I ask how he passed or how that situation came about?
My son was 21. He was driving and there was it was a solo vehicle accident. Something happened and he
Mm,
flipped and the car slammed into the tree.
mm, mm. Nope. Yeah, that I know that's
Yeah,
even
and
rougher.
that was my love and joy. That was that was my reason to live.
Mm.
Because for the previous 6 years it had just been me and him.
Oh, okay. Oh well, that's even rougher then.
Yeah.
Um, because yeah, I can't. It's yeah, being a single a parent of a single child. Having only one child. Um, I don't know what the percentage or ratio is of people who just have a singular kid, but when you only have one and something bad happens to them, mm, I can't imagine. It's never an easy thing. Um,
No, it's not. I would not wish it on, even on my worst enemy. It's one of the worst pains you can go through.
yeah, yeah, and um, you know, gratefully, because of what you do, I bet you there will be someone who's a son who will be grateful for um, the things you're doing right now with being open to help others and just the outreach that you do personally. Because I mean, on just to give an example, like on Pickaxe, you're liking lots of people's posts, including myself. But I'm like, what's this guy?
Yeah,
Who's this strange guy liking my post? But that's why I get to have you on. Uh,
yeah.
it's it's just a fascination how um, how there's a moment of pain to some degree for us, and at a point we can turn that pain into something really wonderful, which is helping others or finding a path of bringing a little light to those who feel like they don't have any. Because I can't imagine what it is for obviously car accident and all that, but there are these um, the kids who take their lives early and all this stuff, and you hear about people, not just kids, but there are adults too who do that as well. um, just hearing upon that, where people don't feel like they have a path forward, or they don't feel like they have hope. It's a very hard thing to hear, because you're like, well, there's more to it than just what they see. But sometimes we're a bit tunnel vision,
Yeah.
and that can be a difficulty in its own right. So I mean, do you work, like, even though I know you do your thing, but do you work with like charities, or with certain
Pretty much it's on my own. A lot of times, I'll be on a whatever social media platform and be doing something, and then I'll see, I'll come across someone's, post or something, and then I'll reach out and be like, hey, if you want someone to talk to or someone just to listen, I'm here.
mhm. That's pretty awesome. Very.
Fact, if there's if anyone's out there, they can always email me at brett@brettmurphyx.com, and
Mhm,
I'll reply back. And if they want to just do it through email, or if they want to talk on the phone or text, I would do that with them.
that's incredible. And hello, Slutty Pie. How are you? I hope you're doing well, Slutty Pie. Who I've had on before as well. Lovely lady, lovely lady. Same with Nightmare. I've had him on before. Um, but no, that's pretty amazing. I can't, um, I can't imagine for like the groups and stuff who, uh, oh, there you go. Yeah, thank you for that, Slutty Pie. Much appreciated.
Thank you,
Uh,
Slady Guy.
yeah. But I can't imagine for like like a big organization who whose point is that, and the outreach is kind of hard to do because you got so many people with a need, right? That's
Yeah,
it. Is that there's a big need out there, and you can only try to fill the role so much. Even a charity, or an organization of sort that deal with that sort of thing. It's 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 just it's incredible how much a need there is for it, and how much there's not enough to fill that need, if that makes sense. Yeah.
no, it makes sense.
Yeah, if there's not enough to fill that need. And um while it may not be in the same vein, that's partially why I do this, because um for a time back, as someone who was just watching another content creator do their stuff, right? And you're just watching somebody, you kind of follow with people and whatnot. And look, I'm already following enough people as it is. It's too much after a while. But the point of the matter is, though, is that, like, it was just one of those things where I didn't know what to do with it. And then came the just trying something, and then I think it was like streaming video games or whatever, can't remember what. And then after that, when I found the conversational thing, it's been an interesting time in talking to people who are and aren't content creators, because a lot of the time I would see just other content creators bring on content creators. Like, it was just that thing. Like, I don't know what the reasons are. I don't know if it's because they're friends. There's a whole variable of reasons. But I couldn't. I just felt like there was more to it than that, and so that's why I've done this whole reaching out to people who aren't content creators, because there's a huge swath of people who just want to chat about whatever. And
Yeah,
yeah, and having that space to do it is so important, just as much as it is important for what you do. And it's just this fascinating thing, and it's so much out there, and a need for it, and almost can drive you up the wall for how much of a need there is for it. And you're like, am I the crazy person?
oh, I feel you on that.
Oh man, I can't tell you how many times I've felt like that. But again, you come back to this point where it's like you found a purpose to follow. And I think a lot of people um, tend to feel like they don't have purpose. But you just have to just try and
Yes.
experiment. Um, but so you live out in California.
Yep.
I don't have to say much after that, because it's just so, so you live out in the butthole of you live out in the devil's butthole is really what you're saying.
Hey, gotta live somewhere.
Well, maybe not California, but that's I can't.
I walk through the valley of death with no fear.
There you go. There you go. Newscom can't do anything to me. He says Newscom can't do anything to me. Um,
Nope.
but but yeah, I it's been interesting in seeing people who when they're able to kind of just head out and leave because of just how bad, at least by the perspective of many, how bad California has gotten. And for living out there as you have, for how long you've lived out there,
My whole life.
whole life, for goodness sake. So like from you when you can remember to now, like how bad is it really from your perspective?
It is really bad. It is worse than what the news even says.
Well, I know there was talk of like I remember a news forecast whatever had said something about like they were paying like homeless people like $600 or something to be homeless. I'm not sure what the ordeal is.
San
Um,
Francisco was had a program,
mm,
and it's still going on to this day. I think the new mayor wants to end it,
mm.
but they were basically getting them drunk for free.
What?
I am not kidding you. It was a program, and they were like, no, if you come here, you can drink safe, and they were just giving them alcohol for free.
So what? It's like it reminds me of the Portland thing where they were just legalizing pretty much all the drugs, and they have a like a safe place to like do it and stuff. But like they're allowing one extreme over another only creates an unbalance, which is just look. People are gonna go crazy, right?
Yeah,
I can't imagine that there weren't a lot of people just walking through the streets drunk, or well, technically it's San Francisco, so there are probably people sleeping in the streets at this point. Um, but it's like, oh,
they moved them block to block.
really?
Well, the last I knew, they had a thing where they could only stay for 30 days
Mm,
in a certain thing, and so they would make them move,
right.
and then they would just move down the block, go to the next block in the little areas that they would be at.
Mm,
Like Newsom, he when he became mayor in San Francisco, he was like, we're going to fix the homeless problem.
right.
He's governor now. It has gone up 50% from what it was from back then.
Jeez.
Like if they do an audit in California, oh boy. Like the high speed rail, okay, where'd it go?
Yeah.
There hasn't been a single track laid.
Mm,
There was
mm-mm,
supposed to be like 20 something billion to go towards helping the homeless.
mm.
Where's the money?
And where the rails are, nowhere.
Yep. Yep. See, I don't subscribe to any political party.
Right.
My belief is country over party,
Mm,
right over wrong,
mm,
good over evil.
right. Yeah, makes sense, right?
Yes.
Because it does seem like the tribalistic nature of partyness seems to, I don't know, it seems to be like a form of corruption that just doesn't quit, no matter the person.
Yeah.
And in
But see,
California, oh god,
what a lot of people don't remember is like when people want to go, oh, the right is this and the left is this.
mm,
There's still two wings of the same bird.
right,
So
yeah,
you can't be 100% with one way because there should be some policies or some ideas that you're not going to agree with,
right,
right? And then the other side might have a better idea on something.
yeah. And that's the whole point of kind of like doing the uh, talking it out sort of scenario to find the ideas that beat out the other ideas. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, we get this sort of swath of just almost ignoramus people who end up doing worse job than they do anything else. And
Yeah.
Slidey Pie says, I remember when they had a place for people to get clean needles to shoot up. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yep. Yep. They did that too.
And it wasn't like they gave them like what was it, Narcan or whatever it is. Like they'd give them Narcan to kind of like clean themselves up or whatever, and those people would just go back to like shooting up again.
Yes.
it, I will admit to this: California has some beautiful places. All right, there's some beautiful places out there in California to visit. The problem of California is the politics.
So that's why I'm country over party.
You know,
Or in California, state over party, state over party.
right? You
But
know,
it's like you can't, in Sacramento, those people up there in this, in the politics up there, is like your policies have failed for 20, 30 years.
mhm,
It wasn't until I would say what early 90s is when California started turning blue. Before that, it was pretty much always red.
mhm,
And then somewhere in the 90s, it started going blue, and all the majority of the policies have failed the state. I mean, we have state income tax, right? It's
yeah,
13.3%. So you want to know how idiotic California is? So,
mhm,
we have a thing called the jock tax. So Sam Darnold of the Super Bowl winning Seattle Seahawks,
mhm,
he got like a $171,000 bonus, right, for winning the Super Bowl,
right,
right?
mhm.
His jock tax is $249,000. He has to pay $78,000 in taxes. So he's not going to see any of that money. He has to pay an additional $78,000 in the jock tax.
Jeez! Wow!
Yep.
Holy crap! That's no. That's
And
ridiculous.
so that's why the majority of Major League Baseball is
Mhm,
mad at the Dodgers, because the Dodgers, within the rules of the CBA,
yeah,
they defer a bunch of the money, right? Well, when
yeah.
they defer the money, that means it lowers the taxes on the player,
Ooh,
and that's the only reason why people sign with the Dodgers, other than winning world championships.
that is true, but even then, that's a miracle in its own right.
Well, have you heard about they want to tax us by per mile we drive? They're
Oh, no,
trying to
that's
push. They're
actually that's
trying.
yeah, Tyler, who I had on yesterday, was talking about that. But that
Yeah,
was I think he was talking about New York. He might have been talking about California because we were talking about New York as well. But I heard about that too. That is downright insane.
yeah.
Like
So
you,
we're looking at, if they push it through, if they push it through, it's another $4,000 to $9,000 a month, or not a month, a year in taxes that Californians would have to pay.
mm, I mean, at this point, they're basically telling rich people, "You're the only ones who can pay, so cough
Oh,
up."
there's that one too. With the billionaire or the millionaire tax,
Yeah,
everyone basically, they're all okay. Bye. We're just going to take our businesses and go to out of state.
yeah. I think that's what happened with X actually when they were in
Yes,
San Francisco, and
yes.
it wasn't just the money part. It was also like the neighborhood itself was so rough that some
Oh,
of the people,
yes.
yeah, I believe some of their people got assaulted or something like that, and they're like, no, we're not staying.
Yeah, I remember Elon had said something about it. They're like zombies out there, right?
Mhm.
Because they're high on drugs and everything. And he was not joking.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I can't doubt it because they're like on YouTube. You'll see people who've gone through like these camps and stuff and all that, which I can't. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of them. Um, but it's just. Mm, it's just insane to it's become a cesspool basically.
Yeah,
which is the sad part because you got a lot of people out there, people I know, and including yourself, who are out there and they can't leave. Like there's no, some people
Yeah.
just can't leave because it's just too financially out of it. Because I think I also heard something too, like they like California was starting to charge people if they left.
Yes. So they have this rule. Let's say you work here your whole life and you're going to retire to another state,
Mm,
right?
mm.
You still have to file taxes every year in California because you made the money in California, even though you retire somewhere else.
No, mm-mm. No,
But I
that
think that has to go like with if you have like a pension, a 401k,
mm,
and all that stuff. I think it would be different like if they if you made the money like through say content creation or you're a jock or something where your main home is not here, but it's like if your main home is in California, you work your whole career in California, that's what they want. It's like some ridiculous thing.
mm. It just mm-mm. It
You
just
know, and
doesn't.
it's like it's ridiculous that our bridges we have to pay $8 to $10 just across the bridge,
Wow.
and then they have toll lanes now instead of HOV lanes. They're getting rid of HOV lanes and having toll lanes.
What does HOV stand for?
The HOV is like your multiple passengers. So like if you have three or more people, you can go in that lane,
Okay.
and so especially during the traffic times, it would be like say 5 in the morning to 10 in the morning, and then like 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. So
Mm,
you can get through the traffic if you have three or more people. Basically, it's like commuter thing. But they want to they're replacing them with toll lanes where they charge anywhere from a quarter to up to $10 a mile, so you could get through. So to try to raise more money.
you when when a state is asking more money from its people and there's not a solution in sight to fix that, you know it's a
Yeah,
sinking ship at that point.
yeah. And
Like
Nightmare mentioned it's high occupancy vehicle. Thank you very much for that.
high occupancy vehicle
Yeah,
carpooling. Such
yeah.
a dumb name for that, but wow.
Well, it's California. What do you expect?
Not much apparently, but I mean, if the wrong earthquake comes through, pretty much all that's gone anyway. So at least the parts that are beyond the San Andreas fault, that's but yeah, I no, no, that is just too crazy for
Yeah.
oh well, I
But
guess.
see, there is good benefits of living in California though too.
What's that?
So growing up in for me when growing up in California,
Mm,
especially living in the Bay Area,
mm,
we're like a melting pot, right?
right.
We have you if we have every single type of culture and person that could be in the world in the Bay Area.
Wow.
So like we're lucky where we can meet someone who might be of Middle Eastern descent or African descent, or maybe this family just moved from Europe,
Mm,
and and then you get to know different cultures, different cuisines.
yeah, that's pretty awesome. And Nightmare says as well. Sadly, my Midwestern red state is heading that high tax direction, despite being a red state. Wow, wow.
Uh-huh.
That's no. That's when you know. That's when you know either start doing something or um, start making a house out in the woods. Cause
Yes.
hide in them woods, cause they can't find you. But yeah, that's wow. That's rough. Um, but anyway, before we go any further, it is the top of the hour. What's a little past, but it is the top of the hour. And Brett, what that means is that I set aside some time for me and my guests to promote stuff. Now, obviously, if they're not a content creator, they'll just say a few words. But let's see if I can find. Oh no, I have it right here. Let's see. I have your link right here. So if you want to promote your stuff as you would, the floor is yours.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
We've already missed my website and pickaxe, so I'm good there.
Okay. Well, for those who don't know, want to know where to find Brett, there's his link right there. This will lead to his webpage, which has a whole bunch of articles, including one talking about pizza. This is how you knead the dough. Mhm. But again, all his stuffs are in there. In his pickaxe social and all that stuff are in there as well. So give it a look if it's worth a follow. Why not? But the link will be both on the Rumble side and YouTube side, because that is where I stream to. Now, for my end of things, whether you're on either side, if you would, hold on, there we go. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with that engagement factor is not only most appreciated, but it also helps in having other people on, like Brett, like Tyler, like Slidey Pie, like so many people. Again, over 300 various guests have been on DaraChat, and uh, I'm always surprised when they say yes, and I'm always grateful when they come on to talk about whatever. So there's that. So any help with the engagement factor is much appreciated. And let me see, I gotta get my link if I can copy and paste it. Let's see, there we go. Copy and then paste it into the chat. Hold on. Um, but here's my link right there. You can find my Twitter X. You could find my email. You can find my link to Discord, because I don't use Discord for anything else other than for communication. So if you oh, and my Rumble and YouTube link are in there as well. So if you want to find out where else I'm at, that link is for you. Easy to find myself right inside. And let's see. And so um, I do promote a few things. Um, that I'm a part of. And let me see if I can't get this. So the first thing I promote, because I only promote two things, is Proton. So if people haven't heard what Proton is a privacy orientated company. They have certain items like Proton Mail, Proton Drive, Proton Pass, and Proton VPN. Um, and I use that on a daily basis. I use like the unlimited plan, but this is for the email version. Again, I've had many people on who give high regards for using it and all this stuff. Like as an example, for mail, um, you barely get any like spam mail at all. Maybe once in a blue moon, but not that very often. And it's just a great tool to use. Again, I've promoted all in one, but now I'm just promoting a singular part of it. And if you're interested in learning more, you can go to that link and it'll tell you more. And if you are interested in signing up for it, well, guess what? I believe your first month is $1, and then anytime after that it's like five. But it's still a worthy um, deal to look at. If you don't, that's fine. No hurt feelings here. It's just I'm promoting a product and I'm providing a product that could be beneficial for all. So if you are interested, you can look through it. If not, that's okay too. At least it's like a tool next time for your toolbox. And sometimes you need a lot of tools. So there's that. My next and last one will be. There we go. Gotta get that in there, copy paste. And so the next one I do is something called Biltong USA. Now, if you don't know what Biltong is, Biltong is a South African snack treat, or a snack. It's a meat snack, and I know some people have said like it's like beef jerky, but I don't know if I'd consider that. It's much more healthier for you than store bought jerky, so that I'll say that. But beyond that, I'm like, I don't know about that. But they do. They do sell some great stuff. Like I even had the gentleman, um, Anton, who's the husband, and his wife kind of run this business down in Texas. So if you're ever in Texas, you can actually visit them. But he runs it with his wife, and day in day out, they're making biltong and all this stuff. Um, so it was nice to get to talk to him about that. But also the other part too, is that if you do want to buy something from him, anything at all, you can use code Dara to save 10% on the whole. That's right. You put something in the cart, you could save 10% on that. So any give it a look, see if it's worth it. And yeah, they're great people to try from, and great people to support. So thank you for that. But yeah, that's it. That's people are like, is he done yet? Is it more? More? Oh no, he's done. He's done. Because it's like, because there are some videos on YouTube, because people do still do long form, and editing and all that. That it, you see these people, they put like a what is it? They put like their ad thing or sponsorship thing at the beginning of the video, and you're like, what? Why am I hearing this now? Can't you just do it at the end? I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's just,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy.
it is crazy. But regardless of that craziness, um, just glad to be able to do this thing and all that stuff with getting people meet like yourself or whatever. Because you again through Pickaxe, that's how I met you, um,
Yes.
and liking my posts and whatnot, and getting to have people like yourself on is the true treasure of it all. Which I hope people uh, know that, because it's not just to create content; it's to understand that you can have a conversation with just about anyone. Um,
Yes.
Not interested in bad actors. There are bad actors out there. Not interested in those. But I'm interested in,
Agreed.
yeah. Sometimes they say what they are, and sometimes they do not.
Yeah.
You're on a lookout, like you're being spied on. It's not pretty. Let's see. I better put that back. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, at the end of the day of all, um, Brad, ooh, stinking, stinking ad thing from Xbox comes up on my stupid Microsoft. Keep your ads where they belong, not on my screen. Um, oh man, this is gonna be a day in itself. Um, but no, just like with yours, and it can eventually help people. I hope that this um, rings out for people, because the other part of it too is like uh sharing the moments that happened at the time. And to give an example, I had a gentleman on. His name was D-Bad Chad, and he wasn't on too much, but he was on many a times, and I always appreciated when he came on. But unfortunately, he sadly passed away the day after Christmas, and so um, not not to say that I knew him well, because I mostly met through him fear, but just to kind of hear that news, and then kind of looking back at all the stuff he was a part of. Um, those are there for people to kind of look at the individual and say, "Oh, so this is what they were actually like." Because I think to some small degree, people don't want to be forgotten, and you never know, right? You never
That's
know.
right.
And listening to your story about your son, and then about Deepak Chad, it's just um, that's another part of why I do this, to kind of collect, have those moments together, and just have people see you as you are.
Yes.
Because I think having that allows people to maybe not know you, know you as you are, but
Yeah.
to know some version of you that as you are. And
Yes.
yeah, it's Yeah, it's not perfect, but at the end of the day, I believe in it, and that's why I do it. So, but certainly not going to see too much professionalism from me. So,
I understand and agree.
oh
The
goodness,
same way.
oh goodness, I'm not going to have like the big studio things or a lot of production. Oh, I don't.
Neither me. I'd rather be genuine.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money anyway.
Yeah, me neither.
Not gonna. If I moved up to California, I'm not gonna have any money at all. Oh man, that just hurts to hear. And the funny thing is some of those people moving from California are moving to different places where they're like, maybe you should just move back because we don't want what you voted for coming with you. It's true. I've heard that one too many times. Like, yeah, if you're gonna come here, don't bring what you voted for. Don't bring it because you already saw it. It's
Yeah.
mm-mm. But yeah, California in its own right is gonna be, ooh, I don't know, maybe 5-10 years. Either you get somebody new in, or Gavin Newsom's just gonna vote himself as king, and that'll be that.
Well, we're voting for governor this year
Oh,
in
okay.
November.
Oh yeah, let me guess. Both are Democrat.
No, that I think that's going to be decided in. I think it's May or June is the primary.
Oh,
I
that's right.
believe. I think it's May or June, and how they do it in California is the top two people voted, or who top two vote getters will run off for governor in November.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's gonna be interesting. It'd be interesting to see who will be the lead, because I'm pretty sure Newscomb is going to go back to it. There's no question he won't go back to it. He
his
won.
term's over. He can't run no more.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they'll find a way. I'm pretty
No,
sure
nope, nope.
he's going to vote himself in king. He's be like, screw all y'all. California's going to be like, wait, he can do that? But yeah, I know what you're saying. It's just with how things are going,
Yeah,
either he'll find himself in sort of like the lesser space, or he'll try to find a way back in. It's just
yeah,
it's gone too long. And I know people will be like, well, Ronald Reagan kind of started it a bit because he was a Democrat at one point, but you know who was this? Deb Hilton running as Repub Hilton, like,
Hilton. Steve Hilton's running as a Republican.
oh, I've not heard of that name. I thought, first off, I thought they meant Paris Hilton. That would have been.
Oh no,
Can you imagine Paris Hilton running for? I don't want to imagine her trying to run for office. That would be, ugh.
she would get LA's votes, and that's about it.
Yeah, I can believe that. Um, but okay, so you have someone named Hilton who's running for Republican. Well, hopefully that changes things. But because of what it is, like, it's kind of a high hope right there at that point. Oh, who knows though? You may get a surprise for her. Yeah, there you go. Deb says, "God help us." Well,
Yep.
indeed, indeed. Because what was it like? I think Newscomb won the um. What were they trying to do a while back? I can't remember what they call it, but it was like a you had to you would do people would be doing a petition to like a recall or something. I think it was called a recall.
Oh yeah, he always wins where he doesn't get recalled.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, I don't know about that. Um, goodness, yeah, God, yeah. As Deb says, God help us, because
Yeah,
if you don't get at least someone indifferent than that, I can't imagine what the next few years are going to hold, especially if people are getting squeezed at the pennies right now, which is not. Mm-mm,
yeah,
nope, not good. Um, oh goodness, oh man. But anyway, so I think Hilton is the bald British guy on Fox sometimes. Well, see, this is the issue because I don't watch Fox. So hold on. Give me Give me a Hilton. Oh well, let me find Hilton on. There we go. Steve Hilton. Okay, I see him. Uh, skip that.
I don't like Hilton. I've
Oh
already
wait.
re- I've already researched him.
Oh yeah. What's the
Pretty much,
dealio?
he's running as a Republican, but when he lived in Britain, it was all he was all Democrat,
Yeah,
like
his his
their version of Democrats over in the in for the majority of his life over there, and then he switched to conservative over there for a few years before he finally left and came over here.
yeah. Um, that's just crazy. So he was a conservative, is what it says, conservative party, which is a bit different in the UK, or at least the wording of it is. And then
Yeah,
he came over here and he's starting to try to do. Yeah, because I see now that I look at him, I do remember seeing that face. I think it's like Sunday or something that he does his show. But yeah, I can understand that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. 2026 campaign for California governor, or as Arnold would say, governor of California. Um, I've come back to be governor again. Let me hear you say my name, Arnold. Arnold.
yeah,
And April 21, 2025, Hilton. Now, see, he can, and just like with Arnold, Steve Hilton can run for governor, but he can never run for president
that's right.
because he was not a naturally born citizen. That's the only
That's right.
requirement. Well, there's other requirements too, but he has to be a natural born citizen. So, as much as Arnold hoped he would, Arnold can't be president either. So there's that. 2020 April 21st, 2025, Hilton officially launched his campaign for California governor as a Republican. He also held campaign announcement event in Huntington Beach. Hilton was endorsed by Republican and fellow Gubber gubernatorial candidate Vic Ramaswamy. Gloria Romero announced that she would be his running mate by running for lieutenant governor. Who's Gloria Romero? Hold that leadership. Is a former California state senator from 2001 2010, and it was the Democratic majority leader of the California State Senate. Interesting. Okay, so that's what she looked like, I guess. 2008. Romero was term limited in 2010. Interesting. Wow, so this is a long time ago. You can tell that's old look
Yeah,
right there by the picture. It says
yeah,
2006, but it makes it look like it's the 90s.
yeah,
Okay, so she's gonna run as his lieutenant governor, which interesting, interesting. I'm not too deep into politics, but when you have someone announcing they'll be, and then they were a former part of the Democratic Party, you question it a bit. I would think you'd question it a bit, but that's just me.
yeah,
Um, former aide political secretary Michael Howard. Interesting. Former head of communications at Google. Okay, that's interesting. So
yep,
he's Rachel Whetstone, former aide, political secretary to Michael Howard, who is former head of communications at Google. Okay, that is an interesting connection right there.
yep,
Interesting connection. I mean, she's English too. Okay. Whetstone was in charge of communications and public policy at Google for nearly a decade. That's interesting.
yeah,
That is interesting. She changed from Facebook as a vice president, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Messenger products, became the chief communications officer of Netflix. Oh, wow. Okay. And as of March 2025, she oversees communications at the AI startup Sierra. Okay. So you have a Google connection to someone running for Republican candidate. That is interesting.
yeah. It is.
Oh my goodness. No sound, just lurking while stream. Okay, thank you, Mano. He's a U.S. He is a U.S. citizen, yes, but he cannot run. He cannot be president because he was not a naturally born citizen. He was not a naturally born citizen, so that's why he can't be president. Hey there, Mano. The British are coming, pretty much. But then again, you have to remember though, during when the first Declaration of Independence came out, there were English people who had signed like that document. There was like a Prager U who I think came out with like those presidents thing, like the AI thing.
Yeah.
And some of them were English, maybe I think one or two were Scottish, but there were people who pretty much betrayed the crown in order to support the new coming freedom that was essentially the USA. And so they've already been here to some degree, but to be a naturally born citizen, to be president, the Hilton is not. So that's where you can only run up to like governor at that
Yep.
point. I don't know if it's the same for like vice president, possibly not, but this is just a guess. But yeah, to have this kind of connection to Google in a sense, I'm not saying she's a bad person or anything. I'm just saying there's a connection there worth exploring because would it be possible that she could have um, maybe prompted her husband or supported her husband or whatever to run for governor, right? Because we have this thing where we have, like I was talking to Tyler yesterday, where we have this thing where we vote people in thinking that they'll make change. And yet somehow they end up being a disappointment to that change we thought they would make. So I'm not calling anything out. I'm just saying there's a Google connection here, and the husband of that Google connection is running for governor. So read into that what you will, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's certainly interesting, at least. Um,
Yes, it is.
but she's also British too. So there you go. So you had two Brits in America.
Yep.
Two Brits in America. It makes you wonder. Yeah, it does make you wonder because I mean, it's not like it's not like oh, she's an evil person and all this stuff. It just makes you wonder. Okay, here's a Google connection. Here's someone who's used to work for Google. And now they're married to someone who's running for. Like, is there an angle here, or is it just pure coincidence?
Both.
I would go with that. I would go with both. Um, but that's just me on a guess. It's not that may not
Yeah.
be the actual reality. But it does make one question because again, you're trying to get away from what Newscum is and was.
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, see, if everyone wants to fix California, especially for governor, they
Yeah.
should just write my name in as a write-in candidate. Just write my name in, and I'll fix everything.
Brett said, "Write Mr. Brett Murphy in, and he will clean your city up.
Yep.
He will make sure those those trash trucks get to your house on time."
Yeah.
You want to stop those dirty diapers being off the street? I will make those trash people get out there. That's all you have to run on. It's like I will clean up the trash. People are like, finally, someone's cleaning up the trash.
Yep.
Brett Murphy, the man who cleans up your trash, or something to that effect. Oh my gosh. Have to keep that in mind when you go for cancer. Look, I know you all heard about it, but it's true. I'm here to clean up the trash. You know what? I believe there are some Congress people that just run on one subject, like, they keep pounding on it, and people vote them for that one thing. But, it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Deb says, sorry, not my state. We have our own problems. Yep. Got to take care of your state problems. But anyway, it's getting to that point in time because one I do have to get up in the morning, and I
Okay.
actually I don't have to. Yeah, I forget. I'm on someone else's show tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
that shows you how long of a day it's been. Oh goodness. But anyway, so what happens, Mr. Brad, is we do our promotional thing like we did earlier, and then we'll go into a few things, and then we'll ride off in the sunset like Indiana Jones did with his dad, Sean Connery, at the end of
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Last. That's it. I always call it the Holy Grail, but it's the Last Crusade. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
We're gonna ride off in the sunset like that. Although I'm not gonna be Sean Connery, it's not gonna work out. I can't
No,
do this.
I'll be Sean. I got the gray in the beard.
He's got the beard, and he's gonna. It's not even gonna work.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see me if I can't find it. Uh, there we go. So there, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Brett's link to his website. If you'd like to go see what else he's up to or what else he's written, because he seems to be writing almost every day, you can go to that link, and he'll have his other links to Pickaxe and so much more. So give it a look, and if the gentleman is worth your follow, why not, right? Why not? Great dude, and certainly looking forward to doing this again with him, because he's got a lot. He's got a lot, but he does a lot of good too, and that's the important part. That people know what you do, because um, just because of that value for people who don't have someone and need someone to kind of reach out to and all that stuff. So grats on you for that. But for my part, and again, the link will be both on. Hold on, I can find it. Where did I put? There we go. But the link will be both on the Rumble side and the YouTube side. So whatever side you're on, the link will be there, so you can check them out from either end. But for my end of things, if you wanna, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content. There we go. If you don't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leave a comment or follow, anything that helps with that engagement factor is much appreciated, because not only does it help in being seen more, it also helps with having other people on, like Mr. Murphy here, Mr. Mr. Brett Murphy, because we were talking about football earlier, so that's why.
Yeah.
Just give him a bench warmer seat. He will take that money. He will take that money. But we have someone having Mr. Brett, Slidey Pies in the chat. Again, I've had on over 300 various guests. It's just insane, but I enjoy the tremendous of it, and just the opportunity it provides. And again, guys, you all get the help with that. So any help with the engagement factor is much appreciated. And of course, my where is it? Oh, this is my link tree stuff. You can find my Twitter X, my email, my Discord link in there, but it's just for DMing. There is no extra stuff or whatever. I don't even have a server, so there's that. But all my stuff to find is there, including my Rumble and YouTube links. So if you find where else I'm at, that's where you go to check them out. So it'll be both on the Rumble side and YouTube side as well. And of course, the last few things I do, again, I'm part of Proton's partner program. I use it on a daily basis. I've had on people who use it on a daily basis. They have given it great wording. If you'd like to check out more about it, the link is right there. And if you do decide to go through with it, your first month is $1, and I believe every time after that is $5. But it's really worth its weight in gold. All right, like if you had a gold bar, worth it. Although you probably would cut it in half, so don't listen to me. The other part of too is Biltong. I am part. I've had them on before. Great people, like a family business down there. I don't usually say mom and pop, but it's a family business, and they make something called Biltong, which is a South African snack, either made from Wagyu or Angus or bison. They do have one made from bison, which I've tried, and it's not that bad, but um, it's not, yeah, it's not bad, but maybe for some people it's an acquired taste. So it is what it is. But they sell more than Biltong stuff. They sell snacks. They sell chocolates. They sell stuff from the UK. They sell sweets and treats from South Africa. It is insane. and it's worth checking out. So if you do buy something, you can use code DAR to save 10%. If not, that's okay too. Guess what? Window shopping hurts no one. You'll get to see and get to figure out if it's for you, and that's the important part. So thank you for that. And of course, Deb says, "Gallop, gallop, bye." Almost there, almost there. Hold on. Don't try to throw the monkey off yet. So the last thing I do with my guests there, good sir. Oops. Oh, don't drop that. Almost lost some stuff. The last thing I do with my guests, good sir, is something I like to call questions from a hat. So what happened is I bought a hat from Rumble right here, but I have from Rumble and I put some questions inside. So what happens is that you, my guests, get two freebie questions. I know I'm so generous, but let's hold off on that. Um, but but um, but if people would like more than two hats, two questions, they can give a Rumble rant. Now I know I'm on YouTube, but I am not monetized. So sorry, YouTube side, it is what it is. But if you're on the Rumble side, guess what? I am monetized, and you can send the Rumble rant. Doesn't matter the amount, you can send it, and you can get another question in the hat. So for getting started, are you ready, good sir?
Yes.
Okay. All right. My eyes are closed. I am let fate decide. There we go. Okay. First question. There you go, right there. First question is, if I can get the post-it note stickiness taken care of. Oh, here we go. Which is more important for content creation? Is it creators or platform?
Creators.
Well, and what is your reasoning for that answer?
Because platforms can manipulate. Platforms can hide stuff. They can and or help certain people out. But without creators, there's nothing going to be on the platform.
Yep. No, that's certainly true. And regardless of the platform, it's a bit of a doozy. Bit
Yes,
of
it
a
is.
doozy. All right. Let's see. What is the next question? I think I got it. This one's got one stuck to it. All right, here we go. Question number 2. This will be the last one unless someone gives a rumble rant. If your pet could talk, what's the first thing they would say to you? If you have a pet, I can do a different one if you don't have
Oh,
a pet.
I have a pet. We have a cat at the house. First thing
Nice.
my cat would say is, "Where's my food?" If you don't give me a second dinner, I'm going to start calling and telling everyone what you've been saying.
Just leave a bad cat review and just like, this guy's horrible. All the stuff is all over the table. It was nasty. No, that'd be pretty interesting. But I've heard, cat people. I've heard that with other cat people too. So that's
Yeah,
understandable. But yeah, I'd be like that too. But I have to make it for myself, so I don't get to tell that to anyone. Um, but anyway, but again, that is the end of the show. And of course, thank you all in the chat, whether on the Rumble side or YouTube side. Thank you all for being here and just being part of the conversation, even if it's just a little bit. And of course, a big thank you to the man himself, the one, the only. They call him Mr. Brett Murphy. I just wanted to do that.
thank you, and thank you for having me on.
Oh, of course, yeah. No, of course, like I tell every one of my guests, you're always welcome to come back. Obviously,
Oh, definitely will.
that
Definitely
because
will.
no, thank you. Yeah, because definitely scheduling is always that one thing that kind of hijinks people, but definitely the door is open for next time. So thank you so much for your time, and of course, telling us about just your son and what that has done for you and the mission you're on, which is just incredible in its own right. So hopefully you never forget that, because there are a lot of people who could use someone like you, and the world can use someone like you, and we
Thank
all should
you.
also strive for that. So no, thank you. But again, those are it. Tomorrow I am on someone else's show at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, the Iron Oxide Show. Now I've been on this show before in the past, long time ago. but I'll be on tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I know it's a little later, but even I'm not going to stay that late. So, there's that. But I'll try to be there as long as I can. So if you ever, until they give the links, I'll just promote it until they send those links out. So that'll be tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And of course, um, just thank y'all for being here. Just all of y'all. And of course, I end the show. Let's see. So you saw the music video I had earlier. There we go. So I end the show with another music video by the same artist called Pogo. And this one is called One Day With You. So again, if you don't know who Pogo is, or if you want to hear more of his stuff, there is a link down in the description that leads directly to his channel. He's only on YouTube. He hasn't made anything for quite some time, but he's made a lot of great stuff. Some of which was commissioned by Disney and Pixar, and all that stuff. It's just a great dude all around, and it's just musically gifted. So if you want to hear some of that stuff, link is down there. And again, One Day With You by Pogo. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.